I don't want to lose another one.
You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire.
Hey everyone, so let me turn down this heat so you can probably hear my car, but I am on my way to my first appointment this pregnancy. It's not technically a prenatal visit because my first prenatal visit is scheduled for whenever I'm 7 weeks. This is just a follow-up from a perinatologist consult that we had back in November. We talked about everything regarding Onyx's birth and what to do in a future pregnancy, so my OB just wanted to see what that guy talked about and just talked about our plans. I had scheduled this appointment before I even knew I was pregnant. She wasn't available in December, so it's scheduled for today. But she does know that I'm pregnant now, so I'm not sure if it's going to be a little bit pregnancy related or what. But I'm hoping she can do an ultrasound just to make sure the baby is at the very least in the right place and hopefully growing as they should be. I'm only 5 weeks and 1 day today, so I know that I'd only be able to probably just see a sac anyway, and that's it. But I think it would just help my nerves a little bit, so I'm going to ask about that. But my mom is coming with me because Will is at work and his work schedule doesn't really make it easy for him to come with to any appointments, so I'll have to figure out how to do that. But it's really nice that she's coming with because I think she'll ask a lot of the questions that I probably won't think about until after the appointment. So I'm a little anxious, but I'm hopeful, and I hope, like I said, that we get to see an ultrasound, and I'm really hoping that she can refer me to an MFM, which is a maternal fetal medicine specialist. I saw the perinatologist, but I didn't like what he said, so I would like to be referred to a different practice if possible, and that's kind of what's going on today. So I just got back from my appointment, and it wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't great. She did an ultrasound right away, and it was with a really old machine that they just like have in the back, and it was abdominal, and I'm only 5 weeks, so I knew that you wouldn't see much anyway. At 5 weeks you should really just see the gestational sac, and usually it's transvaginal, so I knew that I wouldn't see a whole lot going on. But she saw the sac. It was very, very, very tiny, and she thinks that I am probably more in my 4th week than I am 5 weeks and 1 day. She didn't say like I'm a week behind what my period says, but she just says she thinks I'm in my 4th week. She had them take my blood, and I should be getting the results around noon, I believe. Hopefully. I'm getting the results today regardless of what my HCG levels are. She said that based on what she saw in the ultrasound, I should be like in the 300 range or just in the hundreds in general, and that if it's like 8,000 then she would be worried, and that I would go in for an ultrasound pretty quickly just to see what's going on. And I go back on Sunday to see if my levels doubled. I don't know. This is just really... It shouldn't be this complicated. Like, I really wish I was just one of those average people who you get pregnant and you see the heartbeat at every single ultrasound, the baby's always growing like you think they are, and 9-10 months you get your baby. But that hasn't been the case for me. So it's a little bit frustrating, but like I said, I'm trying to remain hopeful. Alright, so I just woke up because the clinic called me. My levels are 3,070. So that's not as high as she was talking about with like 8,000, but it's not 300, so I'm not very... I don't know the word. I don't think this is going to be your take-home baby. The nurse did say if I have any like heavy bleeding or pain over the weekend to give them a call or to go to the ER or whatever. So it doesn't seem like they're really thinking anything good either. It is Saturday afternoon, evening. I honestly don't even know what time it is right now, but I just wanted to give a little update. I have taken a little break from social media this weekend just to kind of like regroup myself with everything that's been going on. And I did respond to some messages because I have over 50 in my inbox on Instagram ever since I posted about like the pregnancy update. I didn't want to leave people hanging because there are a lot of people who've been asking questions and who've kind of been following my journey so far. So I've responded to some of those, and everyone is sending me well wishes and prayers and positive vibes and everything, and just telling me to be hopeful and not give up and all of that. And I know it's just, when you're living it, it's a lot harder. And when other people are going through something similar, I'll also tell them, like, don't give up, you know, this is what happened to me, or this is what I heard happened to someone else. And so I think everyone's natural reaction is to just try and push people to be positive, but this just really sucks. And it's not okay that it sucks, but it's okay that I'm anxious, because it's an anxious thing. It's pretty hard to stay positive when the news isn't great, so that's why I'm just taking a little break from social media, because I think everyone's well intentions is not really, like, I'm not really absorbing them that way. It's actually making me more anxious to have people tell me to not give up and to just have faith and to whatever. And like I said, I know it's well intentions, it's just, I guess, not what I'm needing right now. I just kind of need a little break. So it's like 8:30. I'm about to go to the clinic to do my second blood draw. So it is now 3 o'clock, and I got a phone call from the nurse. She let me know that my levels are 4,067 and the levels were 3,070 on Friday, so they did not double. They should have been in the 6,000 range. So she asked me all this stuff about, like, are you having any pain here, pain there, any bleeding, spotting, any discharge, things like that. And I'm not having anything. So she was like, okay. I let her know that I had a miscarriage before and that I didn't have any symptoms with that. So I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again, in all honesty. She said she's gonna give my doctor a call and see what the next steps are. And we'll probably be planning to have an ultrasound. Like, no matter how many times it happens to you, it never gets easier. I'm not gonna 100% take it as a miscarriage yet, because my levels did rise. As of right now, I'm still considering myself pregnant. I'm gonna continue to take my prenatal vitamins and all of that.